Today's Sunshine Note is titled, I Am Here. They were all terrified when they saw him, but Jesus spoke to them at once. Don't be afraid, he said. Take courage, I am here. Then he climbed into the boat and the wind stopped. Mark chapter 6, verse 50 and 51. I couldn't believe the story Vera was telling me. It was one of those stories I'd only read about. While riding the city bus home from work, she accidentally got off at the wrong stop. It was already dark and the street was empty. She had no choice but to start walking home. Moments later, a man drove by and yelled some crude words out his window. He drove up the street, circled back, and parked his car. Then he got out and started following her. Vera walked faster. He walked faster. She started running and he started running. Not knowing what else to do, she stopped, turned around to face the man and cried out, Jesus, help me. The stranger got a terrified look on his face, ran back to his car and sped away. We will never know till heaven what this man saw that scared him away, but Vera's story reminds me of another dark night when Jesus' disciples were terrified. Their boat was about to sink in a storm. If you read the whole story in verses 48 through 53, you will learn some reassuring things about Jesus to remember when you are afraid. The first is that Jesus is always watching out for you. Like a big brother, he's got your back. Even though he was on land and it was dark, the Bible says he saw his disciples. He knew they were in trouble. He always sees you too. With the whole universe to watch over, he sees you. The second is that Jesus always gives courage. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were scared out of their wits. But his first words to them were, don't be afraid. Courage for you may come from a Bible verse, a song, or something a friend says. And finally, Jesus can calm your fears. What he told his disciples, he also tells you, take courage, I am here. You don't need to fear dark, death, loneliness, terrorism, sickness, or tomorrow. Not because these things are not sometimes frightening, but because someone stronger than you is in control. Between here and heaven, we will face scary situations, but we don't have to live in constant fear. When we cry out to Jesus, his assurance is ours. Take courage, I am here. They were all terrified when they saw him, but Jesus spoke to them at once. Don't be afraid, he said. Take courage, I am here. Then he climbed into the boat and the wind stopped. Mark chapter 6, verse 50 and 51. May God bless you today.